Hi, this is the new Caribou, Sir David, the Bard, and I guess I'm going to drop the ass hat unless the Mormons insist. Then I will go back to ass hat too. You know, I told you, I don't know, time, to bipolar people, we're not in regular time. I don't even know what day of the week it is most of the time, and I don't know what time of the day is other than the sun. When the sun goes down, I know it's nighttime, but we're not connected to calendars and clocks like normal people are. So I'll make the best statement I can. A couple of weeks ago, I told you that the Boy Scouts of America were going to release the names of child molesters from I think it's 65 until 85. That's 20 years. Well, they did. I told you that you're going to see child molestation in the dictionary with the Mormon temple beside it. And it is. Now, here's what you got to be careful of when you evaluate this kind of information. First of all, the TV stations in Utah have just reported 80, I think they said 86. So I'll be conservative and say more than 80 of the banned scout leaders were right here in Utah. Now, how many were in Idaho? How many were in Nevada? How many were in California? How many were in Louisiana? New York? All over the world. I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. All over the world, the Mormon Church has seen and used the Boy Scouts of America as their hallmark of raising young men. I told you before on other videos too, I wouldn't go to Scouts. I wasn't into sleeping with boys and naked men in a tent. I had some wisdom even when I was 11, 12, and 13. I go, hey, I like girls. I don't want to go out and camp and make fires and throw spears and then at night eat out of crap buckets that heated up on the stove that you wouldn't feed to an animal. So the Holy Ghost told me, get the hell out of there. And I did. So, 80 so far in Utah. Is that really the real picture of the Mormon Church's involvement in child molestation? Here's my next prediction. The 6 naked girl angels appeared to me again. I don't know if they had wings. I've told you before. I wasn't paying attention to see if they had wings. Someday I'll have to do that. Here's what they said. New Caribou. Tell the world it's going to look like the Catholic Church. Tell the world it's going to look like the Catholic Church. When you have priests who have no legitimate sexual outlet, they're going to molest people. And so do the Mormons when they have no legitimate sexual outlet. How many Mormons are involved in this? I'm going to tell you it's probably close to 500. Now that's by my revelation. Right now they're saying Utah has 86. I think by the time you add up the whole world, it's going to be 500 Mormons who were molesting children over 20 years. Now, that doesn't sound that bad, does it? What if each one of them had molested 10 boys? That's 25,000 young men who were molested by return missionaries. I've got one in here who was a bishop and a scout leader, and the high officials in the wards, and the summer camps, the winter camps, and the camps in the front yard, as far as I know. This is outrageous. When you add up how many young people have been touched by this, most child molesters will get away with it sometimes for 2, 3, 5, 6 years. What if they're molesting 10 a year? and there's over 500 of them. The numbers start to grow exponentially, geometrically, there's another term, that they get bigger and bigger and bigger, not arithmetic. What's that damn word? I've been at school so damn, or not arithmetic, okay? The point is this. Utah is trying to play down they're only 86. If those 86 had molested around 10 children, that's 1,000 kids. That's 1,000 children. Or 1,000 times that they were molested. Maybe they were lucky. Maybe it was only one kid molested 1,000 times. There's your Mormon statistic. There it is. It was just one guy, and he wasn't an active member of the church, and he molested one kid 1,000 times. So it's not the church. Jesus. Here we are. The prophet David. The only thing my prophet, remember, I said that the first debate between Romney and Obama, that Romney would lose and Obama would kick his ass. God, I think those 6 angel girls had been drinking. It was a Friday night that they appeared to me, and God, you know how girls are on Friday night that are single and naked. Not that I know. Not that I know. That you know. Anyway, it's tragic. It's tragic that the Mormon Church is the largest sponsor of the Boy Scouts of America in the world. And you don't think that they're going to dominate that 51% of who got molested and how many times? You know, many molesters, I'm speaking from experience. No, not my own experience. I'm speaking from my father. My father is a child molester, and I'm certainly not proud of that. That's not one of his brighter moments on his resume. These pedophiles don't usually have consistent access to kids. Now, if they're a school teacher, they do have consistent. If they're a youth counselor somewhere, they do have consistent. But people like my father, with girls in the neighborhood, they're not always in the same place at the same time and rotating through. In the Mormon Church, they are. Everyone has to be a scout. Everyone has to be a missionary. Everyone has to be a janitor. It's just the way the cult operates. So the fresh boys came up all the time for these Mormon scout leaders. It's disgusting. So follow my prophecy. If it doesn't come true, I won't say anything. You guys know me better than that. I always admit my mistakes. My divorces were not mistakes. I got a batch of bad women. God. Anyway, sad but true, the Mormon Church is going to look right like the Catholic Church in how many molestations. Of course, the Catholic Church is bigger, so they'll, statistically, the number will be larger than the Catholic Church, but the ratio of how many members there are compared to how many Catholic priests molested people will probably be right about the same. That's my revelation. And if Romney wins the election, I will be as good a prophet as Joseph Smith. In fact, I'd be better, because a few of mine have come true. None of his have come true. He was too busy with the 14-year-old girls. I don't have that access to a school or whatever. So please be aware that this is a sad story overall, but it's going to grow. Somebody is going to start doing, not me, someone's going to start doing the statistics, and take a look at the Mormon Church all over the world and what percentage of all the molestations were done within the Mormon Church and its authority, and its inspired authority. God told them to call Mickey to the Boy Scouts leadership, and Mickey had his mouse out all the time in the tents. Now, let me give you another prediction. This is statistics from 65 to 85. Now a Texas court has gone berserk. They want all the records from 85 to the present. And you know what? The Mormon Church and the Boy Scouts of America, they don't want to release that either. They had to be sued on the first 20 years. Let's see the second 20 years. And it's like Romney's taxes. If there's nothing to hide, let's see them. If there's nothing to hide with the Boy Scouts and the Mormon Church, open those damn books up. We're not out here stupid. Well, some of us are. Thanks.